Hi guys, Terry here. Hey, it is the beginning of March, so it is time for a new sheet load. And Crafty Owl this month posted this pattern here. Look how cute that is. So she's telling us to get 4 6x6 pattern pieces of paper, a couple of 8.5 by 11 layering cardstock colors, and then 4 8.5 by 11s to make the card bases. So we're going to make 8 cards this month. And I have picked a couple pieces of paper. I first looked at this pack of paper. You know how we love to collect our little 6x6 pads of paper, don't we? Like, look at this one. I love the colors in this one. The butterflies and the flowers, the springy colors. So this is from Antique. And this one here had these patterns that jumped out. So she said that you could pick 2 different coordinating pieces or all 4, pick the same. So I did a little bit of blue and a little bit of yellow for these. So I will cut these and then use yellow as the layering cardstock for it. And then I noticed that inside these pads here, it also had these little cards. So I might use those as the fronts, just to add on there. I'm not sure. So I thought I would cut some of these out, get the cards assembled, and see what those look like. Or I could do this pack here. Now this is from Simple Stories. And I'm not sure how old this one is. But this one's called Simply Vintage Ancestry. And again, you know, we love the colors in here. Look at those butterflies. It was really hard to pick 2 pieces of paper out of these. So just love these. Look how beautiful that is. So you know how we love our paper. So I picked out some different pieces. Now these are 6x8, but they can work too. I can just cut it off the 6x6 side of this. So I've got those 2 and those 2. And I have picked a blue from my Stampin' Up! 8.5 by 11 paper. So love that one too. And then I was thinking for the card bases, I thought maybe for these cards I would use the craft. This is from Michael's 110 pound. And then this is my Nina Solar White. And I thought this would look good with the butterflies and the yellows. So I've got those, and then I also printed some sentiments. This is a stamp set from Lawn Fawn called Big Scripty Words. So I've gone ahead and stamped some of these. I've got Happy Birthday, Thanks, and Big Hugs. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not, but I got those ready. And then I went ahead and stamped them in the white too. So not sure yet if they're the size that I want to use, but I really like the sentiments here. And I figure, you know, Big Hugs is good for when you want to tell somebody you're thinking about them. And then of course you always need thank you cards. And then we have a bunch of birthdays coming up, so I thought those would work well. So I'm going to get my 6x6 papers cut and my layering cut, and we will be ready to assemble. Be right back. Okay, so I am noticing that my sentiment tags are pretty big with these big sentiments. So I think what I'm going to do is cut this so that I can make it be a little bit bigger. And no one will be the wiser. So I'm going to cut those in half before I glue them down, and I think they're going to look really good. I think that's something that I like about Crafty Owl's designs is their jumping off point. So get your papers out. You know, we all have our 6x6 pads of paper. Get those out. Find coordinating colors. Cut them the way she suggests. And then, I mean, I think the tricky part is looking through your sentiments, figuring out which, you know, what kind of cards you want to make, whether they're thank you cards or birthday cards or what have you. And then you kind of have to go by what your sentiments are, you know, whether you turn the card sideways or do a little sheet like what I'm doing here. So I think this is really cute. You can still see plenty of the paper. I knew when I was using this Happy Birthday that it was a pretty big piece. But I think even like the little thank ones needed a little bit more, a little bit bigger piece there. And that's just a little trick that you can do there to make that be, you know, more in proportion of the sentiment. So I think it still looks a lot like how her card started out. And she also gives suggestions on there on what you can do to make the card your own. But I do find that depending on what sentiment you're using, that usually dictates what, you know, what's going to be needed. So okay, I've got them all together. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I've wanted to use that stamp set, and I think this was a good use for it. There they are. So this was the March 2025 set. I'll have links down below to Crafty Owl's channel where you can download the PDF. And I really encourage you to make a set of cards. It's just such a quick way. She's done all the thinking for you. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks, guys.